See, this is why I said at the beginning of the show, America, this is all about politicians and greedy banks. That's all it's about. Somebody wants power, and it ain't you and it ain't me. And they're going to do whatever it takes. Now, we started talking about these problems. You've been watching this show, you know, because I've been made fun of for almost 2 years now. Oh, look at little Chicken Little, you know, screaming that the sky is falling. Well, the sky has fallen now, yet the last piece hasn't hit us. Ready? It wasn't popular to call attention to the trouble way back when, but this program has made a commitment to bring you some of the leading experts who are willing to say that's tough stuff that every weasel will say now. Here's a look at how Peter Schiff saw it coming.
Look, I think it's happening right now. I think you're seeing it right now in these mortgage-backed securities that are blowing up. I think foreigners are getting the message that we can't pay them back. And what you're going to see is a big movement by sovereign wealth funds and private individuals around the world out of our debt and into our stuff. And when that happens, you're going to see asset prices in the United States really drop, and the dollar is going to collapse. I think that the dollar is in for another decline similar to the one we had in the 1970s, only this time it could be worse because the monetary policies are worse, the fiscal problems are worse, we're in much worse shape economically than we were in the 1970s.
All right. Peter Schiff is with us now. He's the president of Europac and author of Crash Proof, How to Profit from the Coming Economic Collapse. Peter, I have to tell you, well, first of all, let me go here. Right or wrong, it is the Fed and the politicians and these banks that have caused this mess, and now they're trying to explain to us how to fix it. They don't know how to fix it. They caused it.
Of course. And, you know, whenever the government creates a problem, their solution only makes the problem worse.
Right.
But, you know, it goes to the very core, the very foundation of our economy. It's not simply a financial crisis. The problem goes to the fact that our economy is based on borrowing money to consume. And we have to go deeper and deeper into debt so that we can keep consuming. But the problem is we have no means of paying back the money. And now that creditors are figuring this out because they're going bankrupt left and right, this whole phony economy is going to come toppling down.
Okay, this is what frightens me here, Peter, that I don't know how to get out of this little box. What we're going to end up with are these gigantic global banks. They're going to be gigantic global banks. Anything that's left standing will have gobbled everything else up. And it will be in bed with the Fed. It will be in bed with the highest level of government. Correct? Stop me if you think I'm wrong. And how do you get out of that? Then we are absolutely controlled by these gigantic global corporations that are running the financial system with the help of the government and the Fed.
Well, you know, they can print the money, but ultimately they can't force anybody to accept it. And I think the free market is going to win at some point, and these fiat currencies are going to implode. We cannot force the rest of the world to subsidize our standard of living. And at some point, they will figure it out. They haven't figured it out yet. I mean, the dollar has actually gained strength in the last few months. Commodity prices have fallen. Instead of foreigners, shunning our assets, they've embraced them. But I think this is temporary. They're going to figure this out. And that's when the real crisis begins, because then when interest rates are rising and consumer prices are rising even faster, it exposes the impotence of the Fed.
All right, let me ask you this, Peter. Why is Wall Street still, I mean, it's like nothing happened. Back in 1987, you had some problems, but you didn't have anything like this. And Wall Street, the Dow fell 20 points. We're down, 4 points?
Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing. The only thing that's resilient is not our actual economy, but the markets have remained resilient in the face of horrific economic news.
Why?
Look, people don't understand. Look, for a long time, people were buying these subprime mortgages. They thought they had value, and now they don't have any.
Peter, do you remember who was it? Was it Warren Buffett said, never buy something that you don't understand? He said this during the tech bubble, I think. Never buy something you don't understand. If you can't understand what it is, then don't buy it. And people were out buying pets.com. I can't make sense or heads or tails of what the market is doing. Why are people buying this?
It's irrational. Why did people buy those tech stocks? But, it's not going to last. In the long run, the fundamentals are going to win out. And anybody who's buying U.S. assets is going to lose a lot of wealth. Either they're going to lose their dollars or their dollars aren't going to have much value. But
right.
if you want to be rational, you'll take advantage of this opportunity and get rid of the dollar while you can.
Okay, Peter, thanks an awful lot. Let me tell you something. After September 11th, the president said, you know what you can do for your country? Go shopping. Let me tell you something that none of these people will tell you. You know what you can do for your country? Save your money. Make sure you are as prepared and as safe as you can, because somebody next door to you gonna need, you know, can I borrow a box of food? It's coming. Just be prepared. Coming up.